looking at the constellations and seeing how they also stack up against the book of Revelation. I believe that there is there's something to this. This is the seventh one out of 12, and we have a match every time. You'll notice here this seventh one is Scorpio. It says, in Egypt, the zodiac sign of Scorpion was represented as a hissing snake. It is well known that the 12 tribes of Israel were each given an emblem representing one of the 12 signs of the zodiac. The sign of Scorpio was given to the tribe of Dan, as each of the tribes chose their emblem to be embroidered upon their flag. The tribe of Dan chose the basilisk as the tribal emblem. The basilisk was properly called the crown snake, and you can see him in the right-hand corner there. That was the symbol that Dan had embroidered in his emblem. And it's based on that scripture, Dan shall be a serpent, by the way, an adder in the path that bites the horse's heels so that his rider shall fall backward. I said when we first brought this up a long time ago, that out of the 12 signs, Scorpio is the only evil sign. It's the sign associated with Dan. Here we have the seventh sign associated with the seventh chapter, where obviously Dan has been kicked out, and traditionally for over 2,000 years, many in the church have taught that they believe that the Antichrist will rise out of Dan. Do you think it's a coincidence? I don't think this is a coincidence. Now, you're welcome to think it's I don't think it's a coincidence. And remember, the signs have 3 deacon constellations associated with them. And we've already looked at Scorpio last week, and we said that the sign of Scorpio was the only negative sign in the zodiac, and that was associated with the tribe of who? Dan. You must have watched it. So that was associated with the tribe of Dan, and Dan is the only one left out of that list. So that kind of matches there. But I want to look at the rest of the deacons here, and let me point them out to you. You have Scorpio is the main sign, and you have 3 other signs. You've got this man, Ophiuchus is the name of it. Then you have this serpent that he's wrestling with. And above that you have the Hercules, which also, we pointed this out before, Hercules has his foot on the head of the dragon, right, smashing the head just like the prophecy from the beginning. So we don't even need to get talking about Hercules, but just this looking at Ophiuchus wrestling with the serpent. Now I know I've brought this up before, but you'll see in the right-hand corner that if you can't make it out on the left-hand picture, the serpent is trying to get the crown. He's trying to steal the crown, and that's the struggle the man has here. You see him struggling. He's wrestling with the serpent, trying to prevent the serpent from taking the crown. What I would suggest is, remember, we just got through talking about those people from all the nations who are saved. They had to wash their robes and make them white. Why? Because they lived through life. Life is a struggle. And the reason life is a struggle is because of Satan. If there was no sin in the beginning, everything would have been hunky-dory, right? Everything, peaches and cream. You heard of that expression, peaches and cream. But that's not the way it is. Every one of us has experienced life as a struggle. And that is exactly what the sign shows. The man is struggling, wrestling with the serpent, while the serpent is trying to get the crown. And look at the scripture here on the left, or right in between those 2 pictures. He says, behold, this is Jesus talking, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. That's your struggle. Now, how many of you realize that you haven't realized up to this point why every day seems like it's a big struggle? But now it's perfectly clear in the Scripture. The reason it's such a struggle is because you're constantly warring against the enemy who's trying to steal your crown. And according to that Scripture, Jesus said, "Behold, I come quickly. Hold fast that what you have. Don't let go. Don't give up. No matter how hard the struggle, don't let go. Because someone is trying to take your crown." We see it a little blown up here. It's actually a little better, and you can really make it out. You can see the struggle there. You can see how he's wrestling with the serpent. The serpent is not only represented Satan, but any satanic agency, any demon, anything that you're confronted with. And notice he's trying to grab. You can see the crown. See how he's trying to get the crown, and this man is just wrestling. And we're reminded of Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. Paul writes, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places," or heavenly places. You can't get more heavenly than these pictures, these celestial pictures in the sky, right? But again, I think that this is not a coincidence. I believe that this is a tabernacle that God has set in the heavens, just like He said in the book of Psalms, and we've looked at that before.